Welcome to the All-Weather Haulage channel. You choose the wrong module and your bass sounds like this. I think that will get Surface going, and already I'm liking this better. And I think Rings would do something very similar. Rings and Surface have got some overlapping bits. They're not exactly the same, but they do have some overlapping bits. Already, I like this way better. It's got, I'm gonna kind of zoom in on it here. Okay, the nice thing about Surface is if you want it a little bit pluckier, now I've got the trigger kind of coming from the bass drum, so if I put it on each time this was hit, it'd sound different. But my point is, using the decay here, it doesn't have a full like ADSR SR like up here on the Moog Mavis, but you can adjust the decay there, and that sounds pretty cool. Possibility. Next thing I want to talk about, still on the same track, is the Mother 32 here. That one just sounds absolutely awesome. Now this was a bass that was kind of in the manual. I had to make a couple little adjustments to it because it would play forever. The one thing I like about this is I've got it hooked up via MIDI, which is pretty cool. Except it can't, it's not polyphonic. So it's just that one there. Which, that is pretty awesome. Now, for the longest time, I thought, okay, the Mother 32 is just a souped up Moog Mavis. Let me steal back from here some volt per octave and some gate. And I'm gonna get this Moog Mavis going. Similar but not quite the same. Now, in order to get it sounding more like this, I'm taking the VCO out and I'm running it through the wave folder. The one thing I like a little bit more about the Mavis is it's got a full ADSR, whereas the Mother 32 has only got an attack and decay. Mavis is pretty cool. Now the other option I was thinking of was the Osiris. Now the Osiris, the reason why I was thinking Osiris, and maybe the Osiris isn't necessarily a great selection, it actually is a little bit more like a cubic chord, and maybe I gotta compare those two in a little bit. But the one thing that I noticed about the Osiris is it has a sub, and it has a sub coming out of it. Now the sub doesn't go through this envelope here. So I had to run it into a cascade. The reason why I liked it was because of how small it was. I was thinking, am I really gonna go with the Mother 32, which is massive? I think it's probably, I think this is 44, so I don't know how many HP this is. But look at how small it is, and then you could still have an oscillator and a bass. Let's see if we can set up the Osiris here. Now this, I've got the volt per octave coming in. I've got this actually running into the cascade, which gives me an attack and decay here and kind of a curve and a couple controls. Not quite as nice as this whole ADSR that's up here, but similar. And what's super cool about the Osiris is I can pick, right now I'm going based upon the wavetable. So it could be, if I throw this in, it can be morphing that wavetable, which that is super cool. Or you can just pick a cool spot, or you don't even have to use the wavetable. You can go and pick a certain type of just periodic wave. I guess a wavetable is periodic, but just like a regular wave instead of necessarily the wavetable. I like this. It gives those extra harmonics and little grit that kind of running through a wave folder would give. Now the only tricky thing I'm noticing with this, and I don't know if I can do it here. Well, when do I got selected here? Here's the Osiris. Okay, so that's as high as the Osiris can go. There's one octave in there that it can't reach. For a bass, do you really need to go that high? Let's see how low it can go. Okay, so there's one octave in there that it can't reach also, which one thing that I just learned was about the tuning of it. If you needed it to go lower, you would just need to tune it a little bit lower, and then that would become your new middle C. So the amount that the pitch can reach and the amount that the volt per octave can take are kind of separate. So if your volt per octave, for example, if middle C is here, and you can tune it down to middle C being here, you're going to reach a whole nother octave lower. Now this was something that was messing me up a little bit earlier when I was using the Mavis. Let me see here if I can get the Mother 32 going here. Okay. That's as high as I can go. Okay, it makes it all the way up, which is something that I love. Let's go all the way down. Mother 32 is spanning this entire thing. Now I do have the frequency set a little bit lower. A lot of people use this for a lead. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Mavis here. If I start back at 0. All the way up there. Missing one octave down at the end here. Anyways, I'm still torn. I think I'm torn between the Mavis, the Osiris, and the Mother 32. There's the Mother 32. Osiris. Mavis. I don't know. For so long I loved the Mavis. I got sick of it. I traded the Mavis for a Maniciteritas, but then had to get a Mavis back because I liked it so much. Now, I don't know. I kind of like the Mother 32 better. I think the Mother 32 might be my favorite. I wonder if I can adjust the settings of the Mavis to sound more like the Mother 32. And the Osiris is okay. I'm sure I would just have to play with the wavetable. In order to get a good sound that I like, and maybe add some reverb to it. The other ones, I'm sure I can adjust different things with the cutoff frequency, whereas this, I'm just going direct in. I don't have any filtering on that. What are you using for your bass? Let me know if you got a better option than what I'm using here. Thanks for watching.